Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for joining. If you're new here, my name is Leah, and if you are one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad to have you all here. Today, we're going to go over the meal plan and several things for our shelf cooking freezer challenge. This is Savvy Saute. Welcome, Savvy family. We are back from vacation. So we are still doing our big grocery budget challenge. We're trying to eat out of our freezer, pantry, fridge, and I'm trying to stay under $30 a week for any supplemental items. So this month we're going to have to be getting a little bit more creative. We are going into our second month of this. So last month we stayed at 24 and change per week was our average. So this month, we definitely have some more items that we could be buying to supplement, but we're going to try to be as creative as possible. So this is the meal plan that I have created. And if you look here in the bottom, 2 items is all I want to be buying at the grocery store this week. So this week, I am going to try to stick to just buying some bananas and sour cream. I'm gonna go ahead and get started, show you the meal plan that I have, what we pulled out of our freezer for this coming week, and what I like to do is shift things from the deep freezer into the main freezer in my kitchen for things that we're gonna be using that week. So I'm gonna show you that now. I'm gonna go ahead and share our inventory in our fridge. Not a whole lot has changed in the door. We still have some grapes in there and plenty of our seltzer waters, a little bit of coffee cream left for Dakota. Our condiments are pretty much the same as well. I pulled out 1 milk from the freezer. We still have about a half dozen of eggs in there, crescent rolls, and then here's our produce. I also have 2 cans of this Red Bull left over from our trip. We have some broccoli, some sad carrots, 1 large tomato from a garden, and then we have still a pretty decent amount of garlic there in the back and some edamame that has been shelled. In the box beside it was some cucumbers from a garden. We have 1 dill pickle hummus, some olives that have been opened already, and then here in the bottom are some treats, chocolate hummus, pudding, jello, and then we're running pretty low on cheese actually. I have about 2/3 of a pound of Colby Jack, just a little bit of mozzarella that's been shredded, and then I have a couple of specialty cheeses like brie and Laughing Cow cheese. And then there in the bottom we have 1 pack of regular tortillas along with some other wraps that are more of like a protein low carb kind. There's also some kind of like pesto-y cheese in there, and then I have some beef sticks and just a little bit of pepperoni in there as well. Here is the meal plan for this week. I'm going to be using up as many leftovers, things from the freezer that's already cooked as I can. One of those items is some cooked pork. So we're going to be having a taco casserole with it, some pork tacos with it for a lunch one day. And then I also have written down leftovers as a meal. So I just want to make sure that we're using up everything that we have. So starting with Saturday, we're going to be having some eggs and toast and sausage, kind of a big breakfast, but I'm not going to be making biscuits. We'll just have toast with it. Lunch, we'll do some hot dogs out of the freezer and some pasta salad that I'm going to make. I'm going to do some homemade jello and then that taco casserole. I'm going to use some rice and probably some black beans. I'm going to have to cook them and then add some cheese and salsa and stuff, but I don't have salsa. I'll have to make some salsa for that. Some bagels and smoothies for breakfast on Sunday, just something quick and easy. And then we're gonna go out to eat with my mom. After church, we're gonna have some Mexican with her. Then we'll do probably some kind of protein balls or just whatever we wanna find around the house for snack on Sunday. we really don't have a whole lot of time to just sit around, so whatever is quick, and then we'll just do some leftovers that evening if we're still hungry. Monday, I have written down for parfait and toast for our breakfast. So I've got some frozen fruit in the freezer, and we'll just have that with some toast and butter, maybe some jam. Lunch, we're gonna reuse some more of that pork for some tacos, and then we'll have some cheese and crackers for snack. And then I also pulled out of the deep freezer a couple of pieces of roast that I'm going to put into the slow cooker or Instant Pot and make a Mississippi mud roast. And we'll do that with potatoes and carrots. And then we're going to repurpose that roast later on with some quesadillas. Then Tuesday, we're gonna do some eggs, sausage, and cheese sandwiches. I either have that with some bagel thins, or we'll do it with some English muffins. Then we'll do some more repurposing of the roast for some nachos for lunch, just some cheese, the roast. If there's any kind of leftovers, we'll just kind of throw those onto some chips and cover them with cheese and sauce. Then we'll do some smoothies for a snack, and then I have some bolognese in my freezer that I made that was left over, so we're gonna pull that out, serve it with some spaghetti or some kind of pasta, and then broccoli from the fridge. Wednesday, I wrote down granola. We still have some left in the pantry, and I want to use that up before it goes stale. And then I'm going to make some more of my homemade granola. So we'll see how far the granola goes before I have to make my own. Then I wrote down PB&J with banana for lunch, which is one of Weston's favorites. He'll be excited about that. And then we'll do some cheese and some kind of homemade trail mix from the pantry. I've got lots of nuts and dried fruit, coconut, all kinds of things. So we'll do some homemade trail mix for snack that day. And then I still have some of that shredded chicken in the freezer. It might not be enough to actually do chicken sandwiches with. So I was thinking about making some homemade barbecue sauce and then doing chicken sandwiches. But if it's not enough once I pull it out, then I will go ahead and do something else, like mix it with rice instead of sandwiches, and then do a teriyaki sauce instead and do some kind of stir fry. So that, we'll see how it works out once the meat is thawed out. Thursday, I wrote down French toast with sausage. We do have a lot of bread left in our bread box, so I want to use some of that up and have a French toast, and we'll use some of our sausage patties with it. We also have bacon, which I prefer, so we may switch that out and do bacon instead of sausage. Then a cauliflower pizza. We have a lot of cauliflower crust in the freezer I purchased when it went on like a big clearance deal. So I want to go ahead and make some homemade pizza with that for lunch, and then we'll do some kind of peanut butter cracker, banana type of thing for snack. And then I also went ahead and wrote down steak hibachi. I love having steak as our meat, but it also it will go further if we put it into some rice and have some vegetables and stuff with it, instead of just each person having a piece of steak. I'm gonna go ahead and cube it up and do it like hibachi style. Then I wrote down for Friday to have some oatmeal. We might have some fruit with it, and then a charcuterie board for lunch, which basically that's gonna just be pulling out things out of the fridge, making do of leftovers and all kinds of snacks, and just emptying out whatever kind of cracker bins and things that we have. So we're just gonna pull a bunch of stuff out and make a snack board. Then I have rice cake with peanut butter for a snack, and then that roast that we make earlier in the week, I'm gonna repurpose it for some quesadillas, which is one of our favorite ways to use roast. It's gonna be really yummy. So for groceries, I really don't have a lot at all. There's just two things I wanna get. Malin loves bananas, so I want to make sure we have some more of those. And then I want to get some plain Greek yogurt, which can be used for parfaits and everything, but also I like to use plain Greek yogurt for sour cream. So that is one of my favorite ways to repurpose things in the kitchen. If you can have one thing that is used for multiple dishes, that is one way to do it. So that way you're not having a tub of sour cream and a tub of yogurt. So I like to do that. This brand of the plain Greek yogurt was actually much cheaper than the Chobani, Faye, and even the store brand. For the groceries this week, I only purchased 2 things, and it was this ice cream here for $3.99. I liked that it didn't have any high fructose corn syrup, so we're gonna go with this one. And then I wanted to get some Greek yogurt. This way I can have it for yogurt parfaits as well as some sour cream. So this is the Greek plain, and $3.79 on the yogurt. So that was my total spent. And then my mom ended up giving me some coffee grounds. I have ground decaf, but I didn't have any regular. We always use our espresso maker and the grinder is not working, so I wanted to have some ground up coffee, and she ended up just giving me that. It was awesome. She also gave me some bananas. She ended up having too many, so we're gonna use these. And then from my garden, we don't have a whole lot yet, but we have some of these tomatoes and then 2 strawberries so far, and I just picked one of the peppers. They're not very big, but they look like bell pepper, so we're gonna use this. And then my sister-in-law gave me very large cucumbers from her grandpa's garden, so we're gonna find some stuff to do with that as well. So that is everything. About the ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
All right, read it. What does it say?
Cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie dough.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining me for another video. I hope you're feeling inspired to live life a little more savvy. So until the next video, I'll see you in those comments.